you're going to run into, at some point, you're going to run into high winds. And right now, you got a load on, so you're in good shape there. But the major threat actually is not this morning. It's going into this afternoon and later in the evening. The major threat for the line comes in to that area probably around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So once you get unloaded, then you got some issues, because an empty flatbed, you don't need a fucking tornado to flip that, so you got to really consider what's going on with the wind once things start to hit, and on your unload, if you get in there, say 10:30, 11 at your prescribed time, let's hope that works out. Then, like I said in my note to you, which you probably didn't read yet, but I said break out the rain gear. It's probably going to be wet at the very least while you're getting your straps off and all that good stuff. So.
Well, that won't be the first time I've been pissed on,
Yeah.
out there loading or unloading.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be. But it will be. It will be interesting to see how the weather system actually develops and whether it, how much it affects this load and this drive. Again, in terms of the show, if you do start to hit severe weather and whatnot, and if we're not talking, just flip your camera on and record, and you can load that to me later. So, if you're seeing some crap on the road, some shit on the road, that stuff will just people will eat that up. It's like tornado chasers.
Yeah, that's why having those cameras all mounted around the truck will.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic footage at some point,
Yeah, you never know. And we were talking about tornadoes and whatnot in our last conversation, and it's just I don't know, serendipity or whatever that right after that, the place you least expect it on the fucking East Coast, on your first load, you're running into tornado threats. That's not
typical, right? I mean, typically the East Coast doesn't get tornadoes.
No.
At least the Northeast.
No,
they don't deal with tornadoes, right?
No, tornadoes. Once in a fucking blue moon, and not a line of tornadoes. See, this one is, hundreds of tornadoes hit all across the Midwest. My sister's area in Springfield, Missouri, got hit, and somebody died. And there are already 7 dead counted. I don't think it's over 100 tornadoes have been counted. Not that many touched down. Probably 30, maybe 20 or 30 touched down. And again, they mostly touch down in flat areas. They don't touch down in mountainous areas and that sort of stuff. So the East Coast, because it's got that shield of the Appalachian Mountains, even if there is severe weather that moves across, when it hits the Appalachians, most of the stuff is pushed up, and it doesn't touch down. But they do once in a while, and this is a big line of severe weather. So, like I said, you probably won't have a touching down tornado, but you might have some, really serious winds, 40, 50 miles an hour. And that stuff buffets around a truck really good. And if it's combined with heavy rain where you can hardly see out the windshield, then It's ugly. So, you know, again, let's hope for the best. I don't think that on the way in you're going to really hit the worst of it. Not according to the radars and the weather charts and all the rest of that. But later in the afternoon, after you get unloaded and, you know, drop your call in that you're unloaded and they give you a destination to go to, you might have to make a decision, you know. Am I going to go for it now, or am I going to try to wait? Wait out the shit. And then the next thing is planning. If the system is heading towards you, where do you want to put yourself in your truck to be the most safe? You know, and if you can get yourself under a concrete underpass and park it, that's the best. I park
concrete underpass.
What?
What, you said a concrete underpass?
No, underpass, not underpants. Underpass.
No, pan. I thought you said underpan. Like I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
No.
Yeah, under an underpass. Huh.
Yeah, because that, you know, shields you almost 360, and you know they don't usually come down. I mean, it has to be a direct hit from like an F3 to bring down an underpass. So, you know, those, I parked it under an underpass, not tornadoes, but really just bad T-storms and high winds. I parked it under an underpass probably 3, maybe 4 times while I was on the road. So if one is, you know, if you get in that situation and you come on one of them, get yourself over in the right lane, and then you know, slow it down, and as soon as you hit the underpass, put the brakes on, and lock it up, you know, and wait for the cell to pass, you know, because the really strong cells in any given system like this, they pass in about 15 minutes. It doesn't take long for them to pass through, and once they're through, you're good, and you know, then you get back on the road and you go again. So it doesn't really take that much out of your driving time, but you don't get blowed off the road, which would take a lot more out of your driving time. So, you know, it's a worthwhile precaution to take in that situation, if you get in it. And hopefully you don't get in it. You know, that's only something you can determine when you're on the road and you feel the truck and how much it's moving around, and you know, whether you think you can, you know, keep it on the road, or you know, you're in too big a threat of it getting blowed. So, you know, only the driver can decide that, you know. And fuck what the dispatcher says or whatever anybody else says. You know, you do what you got to do. So, you know, that's the story on that one.